Good evening, and welcome to Story Time with Liz. I'm just kidding, I don't actually have a story. I need a coaster. So I just recently finished up my first week back at school, and it happened. I was there for it. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick little update on that. Just to let y'all know how everything's going since y'all hung around for 4 weeks of school vlogging. Bless you. So this is just some thoughts on, I have a hair like stuck to my face. First off, mental health check. There are some days where I am just completely overwhelmed with stress that I literally cannot do anything besides sit and stare at whatever is on my computer screen. And there are some days where I am just knocking things out. Depends on the day. Hello. Oh, hello. Are you gonna help? No? Okay, bye. I am still healthy. I am feeling absolutely fine. I have been wearing a mask the entire time when I'm in the presence of kids, and nobody's coughed on me yet, so that's a success. I'm wearing a face mask all day. My face gets ridiculously sweaty. Wearing that all day, I do have some breakouts like in the chin area, which is not fun. But I guess the good news is I don't have to wear makeup at school, because I mean, you can't see my face anyway. Like, I just throw some mascara on and go, which is perfect because I want to spend the most amount of time that I possibly can in bed in the morning. So if I don't have to spend an extra 10 to 15 minutes of my day putting on makeup, then that is 10 to 15 minutes that I can remain in bed pretending I don't have to get up. So I do have morning duty at school where I open the car doors in the drop-off line, and I do wear gloves for that, so that's extra precaution. Hooray. And with traveling to the classrooms, it's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm still working on transitions, finding where my computer needs to be hooked up when I go into every single classroom. I mean, in the 4 days that I've been there, it's already getting smoother. It's a work in progress, but things are improving every day. I am getting my steps in, which is great. So I really don't have a chance to sit down between morning duty and my planning period in the middle of the day. I did not have a cart on the first day of school, but I do have a cart on loan from our school secretary. She is amazing. And she had an extra one in her office, and she is letting me use that until the carts that have been ordered for specials come in. So now I don't have to carry around all of my technology, my cords, my lesson plans. That first day was hard, mostly because I was pulling things in and out of my bag like the entire time. I left lesson plans in other people's classrooms too, so it's just ugh. So I have the cart now, which makes things easier. So this is my cart for the time being. I also have kindergarten coming into my room this year, only about 10 students at a time. Their rotation schedule is very different from the rotation schedules that we have for the rest of the grades. So they're on a 4-day rotation instead of 3. And there's 2 classes of kindergarten. So STEM lab and music split one of those classes. And then STEM stays in the kinder classroom, and then the other half comes to the music room, which is directly next to their classroom. I have my chairs spaced as much as I possibly can so we can still be socially distanced while we do our music. I have little squares marked off on the floor so the kids know chair in the square. And kindergarten is not required to wear masks in the classroom, but I am asking that when they come to music that they wear masks, because I do see every single student in the school, and I tell the kids, you know, I have to breathe every person's air, and I don't want to share your air with them, and I don't want to share their air with you, so I would love it if everybody would keep their mask over their nose. My lesson planning and all of that stuff is essentially doubled since I am planning for in-person and online. They're doing the same lesson. I just have to make adjustments. Sometimes it's a lot of adjustments. I am currently in about 20 different Google Classrooms for just the kids at my school, and a whole bunch of Seesaw classes as well. It's been a little bit of a struggle trying to get to the right Google Classroom that I need for the particular class that I am going into. But, and I'm very much a fan of this, the specials team has decided to just have our own Google Classrooms and do topics for PE and STEM lab and music, and just have every kid in the grade level be in that classroom. And so we just have to post our assignments once, and we don't have to scramble to find the right classroom that we need to be in, which is a huge, huge, huge relief. And it eases a lot of that stress, because it doesn't take up a whole lot of time, but it feels like it does. Like when you're going into a 5th grade classroom and they are ready to get going and do the music, and if they don't have something to do, then they're gonna be like, wow. Like that 30 seconds that you're trying to find the right Google Classroom, that is a long time. So the one Google Classroom for specials is gonna be amazing. So we're getting the Google Classroom situation figured out, but with my Quaver classrooms, I don't even have all my kids logged in yet. I don't think I have most of my online kids in, to be completely honest. In their Google Classrooms, I have my video instructions for how to get logged in. I have a direct link to the login site, but I just have a whole bunch of kids that aren't logged in. If I'm not seeing that they're logging in on that particular day, then I can't give them a grade for it. So we're working on that. That's gonna be a thing that I'm gonna continuously be reminding kids that they do. I'm pretty sure all of my in-person kids for 3rd through 5th into Quaver Classroom. 2nd grade is gonna get logged in this week. 1st grade is gonna get logged in this week. We're gonna work on kindergarten. They might need another minute. I am taking a lot of work home, like a lot of work home. And I truly try very hard to not do that, because once I come home, once my bag is set down, it completely leaves my thoughts until it is time to pick back up and go the next morning. So unless I put it down in my office chair, I'm not even gonna think about it, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Like when I'm home, I wanna be home. I wanna be able to spend time with my husband. I wanna be able to do the things that I enjoy, like making these YouTube videos. But when I take home my lesson planning and my grading and all of the things that I have to do for school, it takes away a lot of that time that I would typically spend on myself and my husband and my mental health. So we're working on finding a balance with that. I don't know if a great balance is ever going to be found. I'm probably going to be staying later at school just so I don't have to worry about doing stuff like this at home. I don't like taking my work home. I love my job. I love being a teacher. I don't want to have to be a teacher on my off hours, like after I've eaten dinner on Sunday afternoon, when I would really just rather be watching a movie with my husband. So finding that balance is definitely a priority that I have. Work in progress. I am still not quite sure how I feel about just being back. There's a lot of mixed emotions that I'm feeling right now. I am so glad to see my kids again and to be able to build those relationships in person. And I really have missed teaching, like being in front of the kids and actually teaching a lesson, like doing music with the kids. I've missed that so much, but there's always a but. Limiting close contact with my kiddos is so hard. It's almost impossible. Like maintaining a 6-foot distance in most of the classrooms that I go into is just, it's impossible. Like, especially if I'm having to assist with a Chromebook issue, especially if the class is at max capacity. And some of these classes are. Like, the kids aren't able to stay 6 feet away from each other just because of the size of the classroom and the size of the class. I mean, in those classes especially, I'm reminding kids, mask up over your nose. It's so hard. It is so hard, especially when you want to be close to them. I am using so much hand sanitizer right now. Like, I am buying an extra bottle or two every single time I go to the store. I'm definitely panic buying a little bit. The district gave me a very tiny bottle. They also did install a hand sanitizer dispenser in my room, which is very nice. It smells. Closing thoughts. Am I nervous about the spread? Yes. Am I glad to see my kids? Yes. Do I wish things were different? Yes. Like, honestly, I really thought, I really truly thought that by the time they announced that school was going to be out for the rest of the year back in the spring, I thought we were going to be totally back to normal by the time we came back. Am I still going to try my best to help my students learn as much as they can in the short amount of time that we have? Absolutely. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to do that on Monday. Right now, I am going to finish my glass of wine. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening with my husband, who I have locked in the office while I film this, and just probably go to bed a little earlier tonight too. This week has been hard. This week has been strange and weird, and it's all brand new. I really don't have a good wrap up for this video. Wear a mask when you're out in public. I'm not joking about it.